Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be part 2 of my 6th grade story, as you could tell from the title of the video. And I remember the video had accidentally cut off. I don't know why, but it did. And I left off talking about how E, which was one of my best friends, had showed up when we were at the store. And how that went is she stood there with me until my mom came out of the bathroom, and we talked about how, our lives in the different schools were going. E was talking about how she had L in a couple of her classes, and I was talking about how I know that I didn't have anybody that I actually knew there, but I was beginning to talk to a few people, and I do indeed talk to a few people now. And let's call them L, M, and D. So I talk to L, M, and D now, and most of the time I talk to D because she listens the most. I don't know why, what she does. And well, it's kind of complicated. I guess we don't talk that much. I usually talk to L, M, and L, M, and D I talk to most of the time on B days, and I only ever really talk to L during science class, and then I also talk to J, who is the girl that I talk to. We go to lunch together, and we both also have social studies together, and ELA lab. We have those few classes together. So I rarely ever talk to them really, except for D, because D's in quite a few of my classes. She's in my lunch class, she's in my gym class, she's in my math lab class, so she's in a lot of my classes, and I'm next to her most of the time, so we honestly talk to each other the most. I don't know why, it's just a thing that we do, but there's actually not that much more left to my 6th grade story, since I'm on to my 7th grade right now, and I'm actually in the 7th grade right now. It's complicated. My life is everywhere, honestly, but for the 6th grade year, obviously, as I said in the last video, it was not that interesting. I did not like it at all. It was awful. I hated the teacher. The only part that was cool was near the end of the year. And then I was talking about my 5th grade teacher and how he was really cool. And I also had realized when I was editing the video that I said it for the first few parts, I said my 5th grade year. But no, I was talking about my 6th grade year. It was kind of an accident. So I did not mean to say my 5th grade year at all. I actually really liked the 5th grade, and that was the only time that I liked school. And I would honestly definitely go back to that year of school. But I'm gonna hold off from any type of school as much as possible. Obviously, now I've learned my lesson, I definitely do my homework, so I don't get in trouble, because I'm not trying to get in trouble, and I'm not trying to fail my classes, so yeah. But other than that, my 6th grade life, or my 6th grade school year, my life in the 6th grade was not fantastic. And I was even talking to L and D today, and they were even talking about how I am probably it shows the most from me that I guess you could say I'm emo. My sisters say it, and a lot of the people that I talk to say it as well. It's because I dress in black, and I'm kind of a downer type of person. My life is mostly based on YouTube, games, and gymnastics. I'm in my room in the dark most of the time, and that's exactly where I am right now. I'm sitting in the dark in my room, underneath a Minecraft blanket, and if there's any type of issues, it's probably because the blanket has hit the phone several times. But other than that, I guess everything is pretty cool, other than the 6th grade. Here's the years that I definitely hated. My first year of school, which was in kindergarten, I completely despised it, and I definitely hated my teachers. I did not like them. I had 2 teachers, and we'll call them let's go with Miss B and Miss R. We'll call them that. And I didn't like them. And there was this one girl, and she was, I guess you could call her my kindergarten bully. And she stuck the middle finger up at me. And I tried to tell the teacher, but the teacher just thought that I said I was cold. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. I'm sitting here like, no, I'm not cold. She just stuck the middle finger up at me. I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, what, maybe 5 or 6 years old? So I was obviously confused on why she did that to me. Like, what did I do to her? But I definitely did not like my kindergarten year. I didn't like my first grade year because I had gotten in trouble for not doing my homework. Like, they sent a letter home, and I tried to rip it up and hide it. So it didn't turn out very well. Yes, I started to try to hide my report card at a seriously young age, but I don't do that anymore. I just take it like, yeah, I didn't like this person's class, so I decided not to do the work or any of their homework, and I decided to fail the class. My life was complicated. Don't judge me. But I didn't like my first grade year. I liked my second grade year. My second grade year was pretty cool. My teacher loved Scooby-Doo. There was Scooby-Doo over the lockers. There was Scooby-Doo all around the room. And we would even watch it after we did our work. We would watch it at the end of the day while we were waiting for our buses and stuff, since my teacher absolutely loved it. I didn't like my third grade year. And I guess my fourth grade year was okay since I had Elle and Ether. And that's when me, Elle, and E met. We met in the beginning of the year, and obviously I was not the first one to talk to Elle. She came up to me, and I was extremely shy and very, very quiet. She kept trying to talk to me, and I was kind of quiet at first, but then she would ask me questions, and I would answer, and we got more used to talking to each other, and we kind of became like best friends. And then she introduced me to E, and I was like, I kind of know her. Like, I've known her since like the second grade, but I didn't actually know her. I just knew that she existed. Since she always tried to talk to me, I was just too scared to talk to her. She would wave at me, she would say hi, she kind of expected a response, but I just put my head down and ran away. I was way too shy to talk to anybody at the time. And as I said, my 5th grade year was pretty cool, and I absolutely despised my 6th grade year. And now in the 7th grade year, no, I still don't like it. And my favorite classes would be home and careers, gym, obviously study hall, and I like ELA lab. We watch movies, and we go on the computers. That's pretty much all we do for ELA lab. Since I'm technically a pro at I'm technically a pro at English reading. I'm technically a pro at reading. I love to read. I love reading all sorts of books, but it has to be a good book. If it's not a good book, then I won't read it. Like, I haven't read a good book in so long. The last time I read a book was, there were actually 2 books. There were big books, and it took me like 2 days to read them. Since I was so interested in them, I actually put down my phone and decided to stop and read them. They were called Dog Lost and Cat Found by Ingrid Lee, and they were amazing books. I absolutely loved them. And I have like a huge widespread imagination, so whatever the words said, I would just put in my imagination, and technically, I got a picture. I got an image of what was going on in my head. Like, it was so confusing, but I didn't care because I was able to imagine what the characters in the story were actually going through. And you should actually get the book. It's a really cool book, but how I read I got so jumbled up there. I cannot English today, but how I read the book, I got it out of my school library in the 6th grade. It was the only thing that actually kept me sane there. And Elle found Cat Found, and I found Dog Lost. And once we read the books, we would swap. We swapped the books. Since we got the books at the same time, we swapped the books after a day, and we read the books. and the books took us only a couple days to read. Like we would switch books after every chapter, so or as many chapters as we can get through before the next day, because then we would switch books, and then we continuously do that until we both finished the books. And if somebody finished the book before the other person, then the person was able to take the book that they had back, and well, obviously they were able to finish the book. And we absolutely loved it. It was really fun for us. And at the time, E was in my uncle's class. And yes, I did have my uncle in the school, but obviously since they knew that he was my uncle, we never actually had him for a teacher. And I was kind of relieved of that because I liked having my 5th grade teacher, obviously. I've said this like several times. But yeah, I guess other than those classes that I hate, and I hate a lot of classes, honestly, I guess was all pretty okay. But there you go, there's your guys' part 2 to finish my story that is 11 minutes long. Yay! That's gonna be so fun to edit. God, oh gosh. But I guess I will see you all next time, and goodbye.